we right back with another one. If you have not done so already, hit that subscribe button. This is Kemion Wosey's YouTube channel, and we are breaking more paperwork, man. We got an exclusive paperwork document here from Foia. So if you haven't done so already, you want to hit that subscribe button and thumb up the video, as we are on the road to 5,000 subs, man. We got a lot of information to break down today, man. So we're just going to jump right into it. We got a homicide report for none other than the legendary Odee, man. Odee Perry, man. Not the albino Perry, E-Dog, but Odee Perry, man. The one that Oblock is stamped after, man. So we got his paperwork today, so let's get into it. But before we do that, hit that like button. Alright, man. So this is an original case incident report, man. One thing I noticed that came with this FOIA report is the Tuka incident report, man. We don't have a lot of information on the incident report for Tuka, man. So this one is kind of like a 2-for-1 you're getting here. So you cannot be mad at that at all. Alright, so let's drop down into this, man. This is coming from a current date of 2011, man. And we just now getting this paperwork released. So imagine the stuff we're gonna find out in the future, but you won't find nothing if you don't hit that subscribe button. All right, we got a victim name of Shondell Gregory, and male, black, 5 feet 8, 140 pounds, brown eyes, black hair, natural hairstyle, place of birth, of course, is Illinois, man. We know the occurrence location was East 602 East 63rd Street, and he is listed as sober at the time of his death, man. We got a witness here that is a female, black, age 15 years old. All right. And now we're going to jump down into the narrative for Tuka's death, man. If you have not done so, you have not seen this already, I know it. So you got to hit that subscribe button to get more content like this. All right. Responding officers responded to the call of a person shot. Upon arrival, CFD ambulance number 14 was already on scene. Shondell Gregory, the victim, was DOA when ambulance number 14 arrived. Responding officers then interviewed redacted witness, redacted victim. Redacted witness related that redacted witness, along with Shondell Gregory, the victim, were all standing at the bus stop at 602 East 63rd Street, waiting for a number 63 bus going westbound. Unknown offender walked up to the bus stop and asked everyone if there was another bus coming. Unknown offender then walked behind the CTA bus shelter and approached Shondell Gregory, the victim, from behind as he talked to redacted witness, and pulled out a silver-colored handgun and shot Shondell Gregory, the victim, in the back once. Shondell Gregory, the victim, then staggered to a nearby trash can and fell to the ground. Unknown offender then shot Shondell Gregory, victim, 3 more times in the back. Unknown offender then ran northbound on St. Lawrence. Redacted witness related to responding officers that Shondell Gregory, the victim, redacted. 3 shell casings, possibly a .38 caliber, were recovered at the scene. Wow. Man, so we know now that Shondell Gregory, man, K. Tuka, got hit in the back and then stood over and hit in the back some more, man. Y'all get down in the comments and let me know what y'all think about that. All right, I also see to think that they included Shondell Tuka's incident report in Odee's paperwork for a reason. You know, we might get to that. But let's see. Now we come in and they give us Odee Perry's incident report, man. And we know he was killed on 64th. And this was in August of 2011. So Tuka was killed January 2011. Then Odee was then murdered and slain a few months after, man, in August of 2011. And so we're going to get down to the narrative for Odee. In summary, responding officers responded to dispatcher's call of a person shot. Upon arrival, responding officers discovered Odee Perry, the victim, laying in the street, injured by 1 gunshot wound about the right side of the neck, caused by an unknown offender. Odee Perry was immediately transported to Stroger Hospital by EMS number 55, who were on the scene at the time. Once at the hospital, attending physician Wiley and staff made efforts to treat Odee Perry, who was in critical condition. Upon treatment, Dr. Wiley and staff discovered that Odee Perry, the victim, had a second gunshot wound about the left shoulder. Odee Perry, the victim, gunshot wounds became fatal, and he was pronounced deceased by attending physician Wiley, man, at 01800 hours. All right, responding officers toured area with negative results. Um, Beat officers on the scene spoke with CTA personnel who said that they heard about 4 shots and saw a newer model Chevy Impala fleeing in a northbound direction. Responding officers obtained knowledge that redacted, and this is completely redacted here. All right, so let's see. Redacted. Odee Perry victim was picked up by GSSP. All right. And we got that out the way, man. So if you haven't done so, hit the subscribe button. It seems like we're getting the incident reports for both Tuka and Odee Perry in the same document. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that down in the comments while we scroll through some of this information. So one thing I want to point out is that the date of entry for these inventory documents are showing up as 2017 when we just read that the occurrence was in 2011 for this homicide. So I mean, they're getting new evidence all the way up from for 6 years from the homicide. All right, and we can see here that in August of 11 they had some photo requests and things like that from the inventory sheet. But this is very interesting here, as it's very up to date in terms of when that homicide actually occurred. All right, now we got a progress violence scene document to go over. All right, and we're going to look down for an investigation so we don't have a bunch of repetitive documents. So we got, we know the victim. Let's see what he was wearing. A black Noise, Noiz t-shirt, a black leather belt, silver buckle, blue and white boxer shorts, blue jean pants, express, and black boots, black polo boots. His tattoos are redacted. Injury was 1 gunshot wound entered the right side of the neck and exited the left shoulder. All right, he was transported to Stroger. All right, and they have an individual that was wanted now listed, unknown male, either 6 feet to 6'3", thin build, dark complexion with long dreads, wearing white baseball cap, black t-shirt, and black jeans. All right, they got some inventory here, but we're going to scroll through just to get down to some new information that we potentially might not know. His family was notified. Possible identification of victim was made by his family. And then they have some interviews to be conducted of 2 males 59, 2 males 51, 1 male 44, 1 male 27. All right, let's read this investigation. And let's see, on August 11, 2011, at approximately 0110 hours, reporting detectives were assigned this case as a homicide investigation. All right, reporting detectives learned that a male black victim known as Odee Perry was shot in the neck at the location of 401 East 64th Street. Reporting detectives also learned that CFD EMS number 55 transported Odee Perry to Stroger Hospital for treatment. Area 2 Detective Division personnel and the mobile crime lab were requested to respond to the scene for further investigation. All right, cool. Responding detectives subsequently arrived on the scene at approximately 0030 hours and interviewed the assigned paper unit, all right, who related essentially the same facts listed in the original GOCR. B officers then relocated to Stroger Hospital, where they learned from ER medical staff that Odee Perry sustained a possible gunshot wound to his neck and had succumbed to his injuries. All right, let's see here. Reporting detectives noted that the scene at 401 to be nighttime with overhead street lighting. The weather was noted to be clear and warm with a slight breeze and an outside temperature of approximately 70 degrees. Observing the crime scene, reporting detectives noted that King Drive was a two-way double-lane street with flow of traffic that traveled north and south. The scene consisted of multiple family brick apartment buildings, Parkway Apartments, and small retail and restaurant businesses. Reporting detectives also observed the scene to be cordoned off with an outer perimeter of yellow crime scene tape across King Drive at 6450 to 6350. An inner perimeter was cordoned off with red crime scene tape in the intersection of 6400 South King Drive. All right. Reporting detectives noted that the apartment building at Parkway Gardens, located at 6400 South King Drive, had private security cameras. Responding detectives contacted Redacted and subsequently learned that the video cameras were not even functioning. Surprise. Reporting detectives learned that prior to Perry's removal from the scene, Perry was lying on his backside in the middle of King Drive. Reporting detectives subsequently observed inside the inner perimeter several spent cartridge casings, later confirmed by Beat as to be 9mm, on the southeast corner of 64th and King Drive. Reporting detectives contacted the Cook County Medical Examiner's Office and appraised medical examiner number one of the circumstances surrounding this investigation. At this time, reporting detectives learned that Emmy assigned medical examiner to the case on August 2011. All right, we know what he had on. All right, let's get down to the witnesses. Reporting detectives interview witnesses, redacted in summary and not to be considered verbatim. All right, redacted related to reporting detectives that he was walking eastbound across King Drive to the redacted. Interesting. When he arrived in the front of the store, Odee, known as Odee Perry, exited the store and mounted his bicycle, leaving the parking lot, and began to ride northbound on King Drive. Redacted related that he was standing in front of the store in the parking lot when he heard 3 gunshots. Redacted stated that he observed Odee fall off the bicycle at 64th and King Drive, get up off the ground, and begin to run northbound down King Drive. Redacted stated that he then heard approximately 10 additional gunshots and observed Odee then fall to the street. Redacted stated that he observed a male black wearing a white baseball cap, black t-shirt, and long blue jeans walking redacted eastbound on 64th Street. Redacted stated that the male black was between 6 feet and 6'3" in height and had a thin build. Redacted related that the male black was between the ages of 18 to 22 and had a dark complexion with very long dreads. Redacted stated that he knew that the male black was the offender because he was leaving the area of where the shots were fired. Redacted related that he then observed the offender jog eastbound down 64th Street to Eberhart and then turned left and headed northbound. It should be noted that reporting detectives conducted a canvass of the area, and the canvass is recorded under their separate canvass report. All right, reporting detectives was notified that he had located additional witnesses who were working for CTA. Okay, and they related that the witnesses were currently located at a CTA facility located at 311 West Institute. All right. B officers arrived on the scene and were given contact information of additional witnesses, then relocated to 311 West Institute to conduct the interviews of the CTA workers. These interviews will be contained on a separate progress report. It should be noted that reporting detectives, along with MIRV, use CPD data warehouse system to identify a possible offender using witness redacted description of the subject. Reporting detectives identified a redacted who best fit the description of the shooter given by the witness. 6 feet in height, 150 pounds, dark complexion with very long dreads, and has redacted. It should be noted that reporting detectives compiled a photo array which included redacted results from witnesses viewing photo arrays will be contained in a separate progress report. Reporting detectives located several pod cameras in the area 043, 4058, 1146, which were located at 63rd and King, 65th and King, and 64th and Everhart. Reporting detectives requested video images of the pod cameras under ID number 14895. This investigation is to continue. All right, now is a progress document. We'll scroll down to some new information if we can find any. Seems they had a video, DVD pod. We know these are the witnesses. All right. Let's get to this witness statement here. Redacted related to beat officers that he is employed by CTA and on August 10, 2011 was working in the area of 63rd and King Drive. Redacted related to BT 5291 that he was waiting for his crew to finish elevator cleaning at 63rd and King Drive. Redacted was standing in the doorway of his truck on the south side of 63rd Street, west of King Drive, near the McDonald's, when he heard one gunshot. Looked southbound and saw a muzzle flash. Redacted then heard 4 additional shots. Redacted stated that he told his guys to get out of the street. At that time, a light silver 4-door with chrome wheels, possible Impala or Malibu, drove slowly northbound on King Drive. Redacted related he also observed 2 male blacks run from direction of shooting. One was taking off a blue hoodie and getting into the silver car, which then sped off. Redacted described one subject as a male 121 to 25, 5 feet 9 in height, and weighing 150 pounds with dark complexion, wearing a black baseball cap, white t-shirt, and dark pants. Redacted described number 2 as a male black with unknown age, 5'10 in height and weighing about 170 to 180 pounds, wearing a blue hoodie and an unknown shirt and pants. This is interesting because this kind of contradicts what the other witness said. The individual had on a white hat and a white t-shirt, wearing a black baseball cap and a white t-shirt. Just a contradiction in the hat color. All right, interviewed witnesses. All right, we got another witness statement related that BT 5291 that he is employed by CTA and on August 10th was working in the area of 63rd Street and King Drive. Related that he was standing on the corner of 63rd and King Drive and observed 2 male blacks between the ages of 20 and 30, both over 6 feet tall, run up on the victim and shoot him approximately 6 times or more. Redacted related that he observed the victim fall to the ground and start flopping around in the middle of the street. Redacted observed the offenders run in a westbound direction and got within 20 feet of Redacted and jumped into a gray-colored Malibu or Impala 4-door with 20-inch chrome rims. It's a very descriptive statement here. They definitely know that at this point it is a Malibu or an Impala. The color of said car varies between these statements, though. All right, so we got another witness statement. Redacted related to BT 5291 that he is employed by CTA and was in a CTA vehicle with Redacted at 63rd and King Drive, parked south of 63rd Street on the west side of King. Redacted related he heard a couple of pops and then looked southbound and saw muzzle flashes. Redacted related that he was told by Redacted to get into the car. Redacted then observed a silver car driving northbound on King Drive and 2 male blacks jump into the vehicle. The car then fled northbound on King Drive. It should be noted that BT 5291 had obtained photo array from reporting detectives which contained Redacted, explained the photo spread advisory form to Redacted, who also read and signed the form. At this time, Redacted viewed the photo array but could not make an identification of the offender. BT related beat officers related to reporting detectives that they did not show the photo array to witnesses Redacted. It should be noted that reporting detectives reviewed the inventory history for the incident and observed that an anonymous wireless caller stated to OEMC that a male was shooting off his gun at the corner and that caller sees him from 64th and Vernon, which is 1 block east of King. Reporting detectives contacted OEMC and was able to obtain the identity of the caller. Reporting detectives then contacted Redacted, who stated that he, Redacted, related that he called 911 as an anonymous citizen. Redacted stated that he didn't tell OEMC that he observed a male shooting his gun at the corner and could see him from 64th and Vernon, but that he heard shots and saw the victim in the street shot. Redacted then related that he then called for an ambulance and Reporting detectives conducted a CPD name check of Redacted, which listed him as residing at an address of Redacted. It should be noted that reporting detectives contacted Redacted to have him view a photo array on August 11, 2011 at 12:10 hours. Reporting detectives explained the photo spread to Redacted, who read and signed the photo spread advisory form. Redacted then viewed said photo array, which included Redacted could not make an identification. Wow. All right, that's a lot of new information there for us, so we're going to digest that a bit. And it seems they got some video footage images also from this homicide. All right, it says our reporting detectives received a fax from beat officers regarding contact with a possible offender in the location of 64th and Cottage Grove. Police officers completed a contact card on August 12th, 2011, of a stop that was conducted on Redacted, who matched the description of the offender, long dreadlocks. Interesting, they only pointed out long dreadlocks back then. Everyone had long dreadlocks back in 2000 in the south side of Chicago. Reporting detectives noted that the similarity of the subject to the offender and the close proximity of the stop will include subject in future photo arrays. All right, so this is how they got another individual photo from included into a photo array as he matched the description of the suspect. On August 28th, 2011, reporting detectives was contacted by Redacted, who related to reporting detectives that she has heard from Redacted, unknown at this time, that the shooter was a male black that goes by the nickname Redacted. Reporting detectives checked the CPT data warehouse system, but has not been able to identify the subject at this time. So they actually got the detectives were contacted by an individual who told them the name of one of the people they believed to be involved in the shooting. If you have not done so already, hit that subscribe button and thumb up the video. We are breaking down none other than Odee Perry, the legendary Odee Perry. Oblock is named after Odee Perry, if you didn't know. So we're breaking down his homicide paper report right now. Let's do this. All right, and hit that like button. We're getting through an evidence document here, and they have a canvas. We're looking at a canvas now. Okay, so they have some cameras that they were looking to get video footage from. A McDonald's on King Drive, camera affixed to the building facing south. Management stated that the system is not working. None of these cameras are working. AutoZone camera affixed to the outer wall on the east side of the building. Video retrieved from Redacted on August 12th, 2011. Video was reviewed by reporting detectives and observed a figure running eastbound on 64th Street from the shooting scene. All right, and then you got Swisher Sweets. Camera affixed to the front of the business facing the north parking lot. Redacted related that he could not download the video, but the Redacted. All right. We got Parkway Apartments. We know that those cameras aren't functioning. This individual heard gunshots, heard shots but was asleep, heard shots, got on the floor, heard shots but did not see offender, refused name but stated that he heard shots but did not look out the door. So all these individuals in the surrounding area heard shots. All right, and now we're getting to a lab report that was submitted in 2013. So this is 2 years after the homicide. They're conducting lab work from this homicide. It just goes to show you that these homicides are not cold in the sense that you think they're not looking into the information. It's just it might be stale for that moment, but they're getting calls in all the time about these homicides that aren't solved. And so we're getting through these lab reports. As I mentioned, feel free to stop and do your own analysis of these documents. As I'm bringing it to you in video form, you can always pause it. All right, with the assistance of the IBIS database, which is the ballistics database, they have the exhibits, which are the bullets that were fired at the scene, and they're going to be cross-referencing these bullets in the lab report for matches to guns that they're aware of in their gun registry and database. All right, so they have 12 discharge cartridges to look through. Examination of Exhibit 1 revealed no latent impressions suitable for comparison. So yeah, they didn't have any prints on the bullets thus far. Let's see. This report identified that 9mm cartridge casings recovered from the homicide scene. For this reporting, its records division number has been identified as having been fired from the same handgun used in the homicide, which occurred on July 17th. At 0046 hours. Examiners from ISP also associated a fired bullet 9mm recovered from an aggravated battery, which occurred on August 5th, 2011, at 23:20 hours. So this gun has been linked to another homicide that occurred a month prior to this homicide. All right. Reporting detectives made themselves familiar with the reports generated under these RD numbers. Reporting detectives learned that a possible offender in the aggravated battery is a male black that had a nickname of Redacted. Reporting detectives has also learned that there has been an ongoing disturbance between the street gangs Brick City and MOB in the area of Cottage Grove and 63rd Street. Wow. Man, y'all get down in the comments and let me know what y'all think about some of this. Now we're getting into the exceptionally clear close of other exceptional document. And of course we see they now have suspects listed, man. One, Jakira Barnes, female black, and she's 22 at this time. And her nickname is Redacted. We can know this to be KI. We also have Boss Trell, a Stuart Rodney, male black, 21 years of age. All right. Now there is a document that I did report on for Odee a few months back, but we only were privy to, I believe, this document here, which is the exceptionally clear close. So if you want to go over this without being repetitive, you can go back and look at that video, and I cover that extensively and how KI is linked to this homicide, as well as Boss Trail. So you can definitely dig that video up. It's in my backlog of videos. To not be repetitive in this video, we'll go ahead and get down to the investigation. All right. It was learned that Odee Perry had been removed from the scene by CFD number 55. Perry was taken to Stroger Hospital that we know. Okay. It was noted that on the east side of MLK Drive, there were cameras located at the McDonald's, AutoZone, and Swisher Sweet store and Sammy's. All right. And they couldn't get any pod evidence from that. Let's see. We have beat officers and police officer Kilroy and police officer Gaffney were at the scene and had a witness Redacted in their squad car. Redacted was interviewed. Redacted stated that he walked in Redacted as Redacted Odee Perry exited the same store and began to ride his bicycle northbound on Martin Luther King Drive. Redacted heard gunshots and looked northbound in the direction of the gunshots. Redacted observed Perry fall from his bicycle, rise up from the ground, and run northbound. Redacted approximately heard 10 more gunshots and saw Perry fall back to the ground. All right. And we know that Odee Perry had succumbed to his injuries at that point. And we know that these witnesses outlined everything that they saw, and they were these CTA workers. All right. Yeah, and they're actually noting in this document also that the offenders that used that gun, the gun used in the crime, was linked to aggravated battery and another homicide. So they're noting that in this document here. All right, let's do this one. Let's see. On August 4th, 2016. So now this is 5 years after the homicide. Met with and interviewed Redacted, stated that Rodney Stewart and Jakira Barnes, Redacted, stated that they were all members of the same gang, Jarrow City faction of the Gangster Disciples. Redacted was aware, Redacted conversations he had with both Rodney Stewart and Jakira Barnes, that they had shot and killed Perry. In separate conversations, both Stewart and Barnes had admitted that they had been the offenders that had shot and killed Perry. They admitted shooting and killing Perry. When asked for more specifics, Redacted stated that it had been 5 years since Perry's murder, so he could not give specifics as to who else might have participated in these conversations or where they may have taken place. Redacted stated that it was common knowledge in the neighborhood that Stewart and Barnes were the offenders. The following day, August 5th, 2016, reporting detectives contacted police officers due to his knowledge of the 003rd District gangs. This Kilroy police officer informed the detectives that he had spoken to Redacted the year prior while Redacted At that time, Redacted informed police officer Kilroy of the same basic facts as he had to reporting detectives on August 4th. Reporting detectives subsequently learned that Redacted had been interviewed by police officer Kilroy and identified himself as a third-party witness to Kyra Barnes and Rodney Stewart being the offenders. Redacted told police officers that along with Stewart and Barnes were all members of the same Jarrell City gang of the faction of the Gangster Disciples. Redacted was aware from personal conversations he had with both Rodney Stewart and Kyra Barnes that he had shot and killed Perry. He also could not offer more specifics due to the fact that murder and subsequent conversations happened back in 2011. So they're getting people coming forward 5 years later, 3 years later, to come and tell them who did this homicide. Get down in the comments and let me know what y'all think about that. They both have reached out to Cook County State's Attorney's Office through their respective defense attorneys and offered to provide information. All right, so this is how it happens. People be locked up and then they tell their lawyers they got information about homicides, right? And we know now that Gakai Ki and Boss Trail are linked to this homicide. And as I said before, if you have not figured that out and who did what, I list the exceptionally clear closed document in a separate video here. We're going to get through this inventory documents here so we can get to some new information. These are just more inventory documents we're scrolling through. All right, we have a criminal history report for one Odee Perry here. He's listed as deceased. If at any time you want to see some of his criminal history report, you feel free to pause it and gather that information for yourself, for your own research. I find that to be super helpful in breaking down some of these cases. All right. These are the CTA workers, I believe, that are witnesses. We can see because one of these, two of the male 59-year-olds were at work, right? So we know these people, witnesses, to be the CTA workers, which pretty much led to the police officers finding suspects based off of their statements. All right. This is just some progress reporting here. And we had some juvenile criminal history report that is redacted. And this is the full paperwork, as I mentioned before. We did not have the full paperwork. We only had specific documents outlining who did what. But now we have the full case report. And that's what this video is intended to be. To dispel any rumors and things of that nature that are speculation of people making up stories about these individuals. We bring the paperwork to the light to shed the light on these dark cases, man. All right. And we see a lot of information redacted here. Let's see. Anything that stands out, I'll go ahead and read. Let's just get through these redactions. While we're doing that, if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button and thumb up the video, as that's what's going to get my video out to new and potential subscribers while we're getting through these documents. All right. We have, let's get this out of here. This is the canvas document. Handwritten documents. I do like handwritten documents because sometimes the handwritten documents have information that the typed documents do not. This individual heard shots, did not see the offender. All right, we know that's the canvas. 2 males, 44. Says waiting for his crew to finish the elevator cleaning at 63rd and King. Heard one gunshot, looked southbound, saw a muzzle flash. So we know that these are the witness statements. Standing on the corner. So these are the CTA workers, transit authority workers, who drive the bus, man. And these are grown people. They're in their 50s and 40s and 60s, and are trying to keep their jobs. You know, they don't want to be involved in no homicide, I'm sure, but you just walk out of a store and you see this stuff happen, you kind of compelled to, especially if you don't know the parties involved, to assist. Uh, Observe one. Let's see. It says was walking eastbound across King Drive to Swisher Sweet Shop. Observed victim Odee. So he knew him by name. This one individual on his bike leaving the parking lot, riding northbound down King Drive. Observed, and then let's see. While in front of the shop in the parking lot, redacted heard 3 gunshots. So the amount of gunshots regarding Odee Perry's death are pretty consistent. Um, and that's an interesting thing to note, that everyone heard the same amount of shots, whether or not they wanted to come forward with that information. Even the anonymous said they heard the same amount of shots. All right, interesting. All right, so this one we didn't have before. Body of Odee Perry, man. Right neck entrance. Wow, so we know now that. Oh, wow, yeah. 12-inch hole. Wow, approximately left shoulder entrance. So, oh, it went through and through his neck. Wow, man. Y'all get down in the comments and let me know what y'all think about that information there, man. The gunshot wound observed may be from the same bullet, straight line from right neck wound to left shoulder wound. Right, let's see. Tattoo, right forearm, lower arm, block, left lower forearm, head. Interesting. So y'all get down and let me know what blockhead represents for Odee Perry. I guess, it might be no speculation. Y'all just get down and let me know what y'all think. All right, clothing. We know the body had black polo boots. All right. And that was a little bit of an autopsy from the police officers himself and on the case, man. That's why I say some of the handwritten documents give us a lot more information than the typed documents do sometimes. Let's see here. It says Boss Trail and Gakira Barnes did this homicide, man. This male, I thought that was a demographic, but it's not. This person is giving them all the information about Jaro City. It says Boss Trail and Gakira Barnes, and they list KI's homicide report information. Odee Perry, pistol whip, redacted. Can't make that word out. In day, redacted celebrating. This Tuka Day. Okay, Shondell Gregory, Odee Perry may have killed Tuka, they assume. They third party redacted later. Odee Perry on bicycle sees offender, says, "Blow if you're gonna shoot." BT does. Wow. Y'all get down and let me know about this statement here. He told them to blow if you're gonna shoot. What? So he's seen them coming and got off. He got to say, "Hey man, you gonna shoot, you better shoot," and try to get up out of there, man. Get down in the comments and let me know what y'all think about this. This is the type of paperwork information that I tell y'all that we break all the time, and you need to share my videos around. Share them so that this information can get out and we can dispel all of these rumors surrounding these homicides, man. People are not doing their due diligence when it comes to this paperwork, but you do get that here at the #1 Foia channel on YouTube. All right, so let's go, man. We got an interview here at 10:30. Let's see if I can read some of this. As Odee rode nearby, male one stepped back, began shooting. So hold on, let's read this some more. Past redacted. Saw female one with kid at bus stop at 64th and King. Male one nearby. Something like he was with female and kids. Faking like, is that faking like he was with them? As Odee rode nearby, male one stepped back and began shooting. Odee fell and tried to get up. Wow. Shooter finished him off. Description marks BT, same as at scene. Thinks second shooter doesn't remember where it came from. Second photo, something. Tentative photo array on BT need to see in person. Re-interview at his home. Saw two offenders, reiterated same facts. Thinks saw one something. Positive photo array. Negative on Barnes. Offender is Stewart. See, they multiple witnesses coming out saying Boss Trail is the one, man. Y'all get down in the comments and let me know what y'all think. Let me know what y'all think. We are breaking this paperwork, man. This is the full paperwork document, and you're getting the full read here. You do not have to even go through all these documents yourself. All you have to do is press play and hit the like button, man. And subscribe if you have not. Upon the advice of attorney, will not speak with reporting detectives, will not assist in the investigation. All right. Scrolling down some more. Third party cooperator. This is in 2016, October 2016. Tells redacted. ASA, Markham, same story. These are people cooperating in jail. October 8th, 2016. Alright, interview, redacted, tentative, something with BT, negative on Barnes, saw shooting. So, man, Boss Trail was through, man, for this homicide. I mean, the streets knew, police knew, there was no getting around this one. It's interesting that they believe that Odee might have shot and killed Tuka, man. Y'all get down in the comments and let me know what y'all think about that. All right, we got witness statements here. I got some of these documents all upside down. Just try to flip them. All right, yep, more witness statements here. We just read all of that stuff. We got side-by-side documents here from just south of the location. Witness number one then turned around and faced. We just read that the CTA workers were standing outside and they heard those shots, man. All right, we got original case incident report for Odee Perry. We know the narrative for that. Interesting. Here we have an autopsy. I'm not sure who this is. Actually, here. So, Zuka kick, pathologist, gunshot wound in the back, a homicide. I'm not sure if this was mistakenly added there. Not sure what that document is there, man. Y'all get down in the comments. Let me know if y'all familiar with that name. All right, let's see. Dr. Perez performed an autopsy on the remains of Odee Perry and determined the cause of manner of death to be multiple gunshot wounds. All right, man. We're getting down to the bottom of these documents here. We do know the evidence. They did the canvas on all of the gunshot wounds. On the bullets of the scene. All right, we have Jakara Barnes' arrest report inside of Odee Perry's homicide report. And when they do that, they believe that these crimes are connected. All right, we got one Boss Trail here. His homicide report. Criminal history report, excuse me. Alright. Oh, and we got some photo lineups here. Oh, wow. We got one listed Boss Trail, and the rest are redacted. And then here's KI, and the rest are redacted. And as you can see, this is the photo lineup they were showing to all the individuals, and they were identifying them as being involved with the shooting. You can notice the white t-shirts. All right. saying, look, number one, Rodney Stewart shot the victim. So what they're putting on these documents, man, he was the one that killed him, not KI. As public opinion might lead to believe, some people couldn't point out anybody, but they had a few people identify both KI and Boss Trail, man. Updated date is to be interesting. Look at that. June 7th in 2017, man. So like when they shot Odee, man, they shot him through the shoulder. The bullet went through the shoulder and through his neck, which is why he hopped off that bike and was trying to stop the bleeding. He was trying to stop his own bleeding, man. Y'all get in the comments and let me know what y'all think about that, man. All right, we know some of this information already. If you would like to, feel free to pause some of these narratives here. You can find some information. Wow, we also get crime scene photos, man. This is exclusive, bro. We got crime scene photos from the Swisher Sweets store next door at the Cricket, and they have the gun casings listed here as well. There were 12 fragments found. You can see the casings on the street itself here. Bunch of crime scene photos, man. Some of these are upside down. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10. This must have been some blood splatter here. Alright. We got just more casings, man. Look at that. One, it's 4, 5, 6. So it's all right around this area. They just started firing at him, man. Wow, the bike, the actual Odee bike, man. Y'all get down in the comments, man. Let me know what y'all think about this footage, man. Wow. I mean, they were kids, man. Rest in peace to these guys. I'm trying to flip these around. I hate upside down pictures. But they're taking pictures upside down. Or they're giving them to us upside down. Sometimes they don't even rotate properly in this thing. Let's see if I can flip this. There it goes. As you can see, others flip too, and so this is the scene, man, right here. This is the scene. It's where he hops off the bike and begins to run, man. As he's shot in the neck, as anyone who was shot in the neck would do if they were on a bike. You know, rest in peace to Odee Perry, man. This is the guy who Oblock was named after, man. As you can see, some blood in the middle of the street here, man. Sad, man. Y'all get down in the comments and let me know what y'all think about this, man. We just went through the Odee Perry paperwork, man, with some new crime scene photos. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button and thumb up the video as we are breaking down any paperwork that we get that comes in that might have new information for us. This is the #1 Foia channel on YouTube, and I appreciate everyone rocking out with me thus far. We out. Peace.